Yes, it is. Welcome back to our broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our second half here of the game between MSS and the Possums. Good start there as Scott Rykoff puts in the 2-point basket. No, wrong score. 34-17 our score.
The booth has been invaded.
They scored, praise the Lord. Okay. This is your...
You are not an official guest, which means you cannot... No. No. Why is it? I was just thinking about this as we take a minute. You can still watch the game.
Buckets!
Here we are, doing something I enjoy, and people tell me it's stupid. I fight for something I believe in. People say no chance, it's not going to get passed, and get mad at me. I cannot win around here.
Drayton,
I cannot win.
You're getting your political career confused with your broadcasting career.
Maybe one day they'll be one and the same.
No, I do not think this is stupid. As a matter of fact,
You've never watched the videos.
If you got viewers, I applaud it.
He's actually here he usually watches online, but he came out tonight to watch. We are very thankful for that.
Someone else watching right now, Jonathan Neal, is pacing up and down the sideline. An official statement released from him just before the second half was taken underway. He is having a cardiac arrest.
He offered to go into cardiac arrest, and to be honest, we thought about it before we said no. It would really improve viewership.
You know, Drayton, I feel like we should take some time here to talk about an official guest on this program. If you would like to be on the broadcast, we're more than happy to have you.
Send us a message.
Yeah. Give us a call, find us on campus. Let us know you want to be on. We'll find a time for you. Also, we've been known to randomly grab people out of the audience.
We do that. There is plenty of time left in the season, plenty of games. Thursdays will not be broadcast because I will be out of town.
Boo.
I'm sorry. $37-17 our score, so a 20-point deficit, 8 minutes to go in this one. Possums looking to put something together. And we're back to what we talked about last year. They're down. We don't think they can come back and win, but can they put together? This is when they work on team chemistry. This is when they work on simple basketball skills that will help them later on in the season.
They just got robbed there, Drayton. And the bread truck didn't even bother to make it over to the other side of the field.
Or the court.
Or the court.
We're having hangover from football last night. I think everyone will understand. Good offensive rebound there.
Well,
or not.
Let me ask you this. Of all the Super Bowl commercials, which one was your favorite?
It's really hard to say. I don't know if I have a favorite. I'd have to think about them. That'd take too long. We'd be stuck in some silence. That wouldn't be good. I will say, interesting fact, the Clint Eastwood commercial about Detroit something American halftime. Interestingly enough, that was not filmed in Detroit. That was filmed in Louisiana. So
Louisiana needs help too.
I don't think people from Louisiana would be happy to think that they tried to pawn off Louisiana as Detroit.
They tried to pawn it off as LA a few years ago.
well,
which it is actually.
That's true. Maybe someone was just confused. The abbreviations are the same.
That's also the abbreviation for Lower Alabama.
Really?
Yes, actually.
What else is the abbreviation for? For all I know, it could, for all I know, it could be a spot on the periodic table. LA, I don't know. I don't think it is.
I think it's on the table of notes.
Music, chemistry, I do not know this stuff. I do know geography, which is why I know that the abbreviations are the same. What was Micah doing there? Micah literally just decided to dribble the ball in the same place. He did not move, and that is what will happen. He was double teamed. They took the ball. They scored 43-17.
Deciding not to move at the bread.
15-48 to go.
Half of the court.
Maybe the bread truck needs to have his governor adjusted or something. I mean, he literally is not moving.
I think he's out of fuel.
Something is wrong.
Drayton, you just can't play a half-court game when the game is a full-court game. It doesn't work that way.
It's a good observation because it looks like that's what they're doing.
What would have happened in the Super Bowl if the Giants had decided to stop at the 50-yard line?
They wouldn't be able to. We saw them try to stop at the end zone. They couldn't do it. They would not have been able to stop at the 50. That is what I say would have happened. They wouldn't have worked.
Some people just don't have control.
Anyway, 43-17 our score. So far, the Possums have not been able to stop the bleeding and try and come back at all.
Drayton, I once dissected a possum with a sledgehammer and it didn't bleed at all.
Really?
Also, I couldn't find a brain.
Wow.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It does. It makes me question why this team is being called the Possums. And is it too late to change it?
Well, great. We have teams changing their name almost every week. I understand the average Joes have now become the above average Joes.
It'll be interesting to see where that change came from, because if they came after playing the Possums, I would say that is not fair. But if they beat a legitimate team, then I can see that happening.
You know, the matchup I'm waiting to see is the Possums take on the Honey Badgers.
Honey Badgers are playing tonight at 10 in the practice gym. Honey Badgers were another undefeated team, but they played MSS last week, and of course something had to give, and the Honey Badgers lost. They're still a good team, though, and we may see a rematch of that in the championship game, certainly in the playoffs, unless the Possums can mount some incredible comeback.
And MSS might have it going right now, but this season it's just barely gotten started. And there's a lot of time for stuff to change.
Exactly, and what do we say? All teams make it to the playoffs, so really you use the regular season as a warm-up, as a set of tuning games for the championship game, or the playoffs.
Where every team will compete for the coveted intramural championship shirt.
Which is different every year. So you want to win it as many...
Never see one, Graydon.
Don't say that, because we will be playing soccer next half of the semester, and you never know what may happen.
Somebody might actually kick Tim Turner in the face.
Who?
Tim Turner.
Tim Turner? It is, but I thought you were saying Tim Turner. But I thought you did not know.
If Tim Turner plays, I will totally kick him in the face.
We won't be talking about intramural soccer too much, because it'll bring back memories of what Eisenbach did to us against our goalie. First play of the game, it was not good.
I just hope they forget what I did to our goalie.
After the game, we all wanted to do something to our goalie. 45-17 our score, 12-25 to go in this one.
You know, Graydon, our intramural teams just never seem to have any luck. I don't know why that is.
We thought it may be because we were playing, so we stepped back, we decided to broadcast, it did not help. But, you know, broadcasting is more enjoyable, so here we are. Vincent
really
Smith
is.
back in the game for MSS.
But if you look at the history of stuff, we've played intramural teams.
Allen for 3, and again, defensive force. Defensive force, he's got to remember that. Now, can he justify it now, 45-17? Absolutely. But he's a defensive force.
Looks like Fancy Pants Jonathan Neal is back on the court.
Yes, he is. Looks like he got the rest he thinks he needed. Pass there by Micah just skips by Scott out of bounds.
Graydon, Jonathan Neal has been wearing his pants hiked up a little less every game, but you know, they're still pretty far up on his waist. You have to wonder why.
I don't know. There are 2 there by Allen, so he's had acknowledges the camera. He doesn't know what we've been saying about him, so he made.
And hopefully he never will.
Hopefully he doesn't. We don't have a flashback to like last night's Super Bowl halftime show and quickly have to like cut off the broadcast or something, because he won't be giving us a thumbs up. He may not be giving us a thumbs up
I
after.
think you just had a hand cameo.
Well, that was my hand. Simulating the FEC and NBC cutting off the broadcast quickly after they realized they had been flipped off, or 107 million people had been. If
It's
someone
not
would
good
have,
to flip off that many people.
see, they could get away with it if they flipped our camera off, because 1, we're kind of far away from the action. 2, like 10 people would see it, and most
Let's
of them.
test that out.
No, maybe the last game of the season. Then you can try and get away with some things, but we have too much to lose now.
What do we have to lose? We're not getting paid and nobody's offered to take us to Catalina yet.
All right, but if we're not broadcasting and Neil suddenly goes and